Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning for our Triangle Center for Spiritual Living Sunday celebration service and meditation. My name is Heather Abbott. I am a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center, and it is my honor and pleasure to serve this community, knowing the truth of each beautiful person that visits our center, that is a member of our center, that serves our center. Thank you for joining us this morning for our meditation, this time to sink into the stillness, to set the container for our service today here at 4 Points, and for all of you at home. Oh, it is spring here in North Carolina, as it is most of the country, and the blooms are blooming, and we had some warm weather, but then it got chilly again, which it tends to do. But I just love this time of the year to see all the trees in bloom and the gorgeous tulips, and just nature's alive, right? It's just waking up. And recently I read about a butterfly that is just perfectly suited for its life. It hibernates during the summer, and its body is just perfectly suited to not get eaten, and to survive the winter. And I love the idea that we each are perfectly suited for our lives, that we are equipped with everything that we need to handle what comes our way, to open our hearts to the goodness, to the gifts that we receive each day, that each day is a new baby day, that we are renewed in spirit, that we are able to refocus our energy and our vibration and the power within to face all that we need to face, to continue to dream our dreams, and to know that they are reality. They may not be in our life this moment, but they are a reality. And as we align ourselves with that, it will become fact in our lives. So, for that little bit of inspiration and reminder of who we are and the gift that we receive with each day, I invite you to get comfortable in your seats, firmly plant your feet on the floor. Relax your body, starting from your head, through your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Shake them out if you need to. Feel the trunk of your body relax. Fully feel your legs and feet relax. Take some deep breaths with me. Count in. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 2, count 8 for 8, out for 8, and hold for 2. In from E.B. White. I get up every morning determined to both change the world and have one hell of a good time. Sometimes this makes my planning my day a little difficult. So I invite you to take about 10 minutes before our celebration service starts. Grab yourself a cup of something good and check out the announcements that will be scrolling. Thank you for joining us for meditation. See you soon.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. I'm so glad that you've chosen to join us today, whether that's here in the sanctuary at 4 Points by Sheridan, or you've invited us into your homes through the power of live streaming. I'm very glad that we are together as a community today, so thank you all so very much. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that honors all paths and promotes global transformation through personal transformation. We are a spiritual community that can support you as you strive to experience a personal relationship with God. A spiritual community in which you are respected and accepted just for who you are. A space and place for inspiration, insight, and revelation, as well as loving support to grow into your highest and best self. You are welcome here no matter where you are on your path. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a global community of over 450 community centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Centers for Spiritual Living is a positive and practical philosophy, faith, and way of life that is dedicated to transforming lives by providing powerful spiritual practices and principles for our individual lives and for exploring new possibilities to assist the world to become a world that works for all. Again, we're very glad that you have joined us today. Today is the first Sunday of the month. Welcome to April. Where is the time going? And on the first Sunday of the month, we always recognize through our flower dedication all of the people that have birthdays in that particular month. So if anybody has a birthday in April, please raise your hand. April birthdays, anyone? Woo! And I'm sure some people at home are raising their hands also, So let's all hold our hands out to everyone and repeat after me. We see you. We know who you really are. We celebrate the day that you arrived on the planet. We're grateful for your presence in our community. And we love you. And so we'll sing along with Sandy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear April. Happy birthday to you.
So as always, please join us, anyone with a birthday in April and anyone that wants to celebrate along with them at lunch bunch in their honor, and we will be meeting at Jason's Deli at Crossroads in Cary. So please come and join us following service. We'll probably be there around 12:15-ish. Please let Heather or myself know if you plan on attending, especially if you're at home but you're going to jump in your car and join us. We need to know that you're on your way. Speaking of gratitude, I would like to thank Heather Abbott for her beautiful meditation that expanded the container that our service will unfold within. Yes. Thank you very much, Heather. Yes. And now please, let's all stand and sing our opening congregational song, You and Me, by Eddie Watkins, Jr.
One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining, it's you and me. One love loving, it's you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living, it's you and me. One light shining, it's you and me. One love loving, it's you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shine. One life living, it's you and me. One light shining, it's you and me. One love loving, it's you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living, it's you and me. One light shining, it's you and me. One love loving, it's you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful spring morning. I'm so excited to be here today. I have the pleasure of doing the announcements today, so I am so excited because all of you know how much I love to talk to you. I used to be an introvert, but I am no longer an introvert. I'll tell you when I discovered this, when I read one of the announcements. All right. So the first announcement I want to share with you all today is our Wednesday evening services throughout 2024 are called Beyond Sunday. Now, I don't know if any of you have been to the Beyond Sunday services on Wednesday nights, but please, please come. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So beautiful. It's on Zoom, so you can join us at 7 o'clock. The link is always available on our Wednesday newsletter or on our website, so you have a choice. Throughout the month of April, we will be diving deeply into, and this is a very interesting read, okay? Very interesting. It's called A Psalm for the Well-Built. And let me tell you, if you've never read anything by Becky Chambers, if you haven't read this, you really should tune in for this. This is a very interesting book. Our conversations throughout this month will be facilitated by Reverend Betty Harris. So again, please join. Second announcement. Oh, this is amazing. So I'm underdressed for this second announcement. It's called Spirit Speak Boutique. And if Eileen Proctor was here, she would be letting me know. Where's my t-shirt? Where's your t-shirt, Amy? So that's what this is about. Owned and operated by our beloved member, Eileen Proctor, okay? And she is partnering with TCSL, yes, to make available an inline, long sleeve t-shirts that are for us, sweatshirts and hoodies in a variety of colors. So the garments have our logo on the front and a powerful affirmation statement that you get to choose is on the back. Okay, a portion of all the sales is being donated back to TCSL. So this is beautiful. Each of your orders will be placed individually. Immediately upon receipt, it will be shipped to you directly. So that's wonderful to have that door-to-door service, right? That's what I love. Order forms are available. You can, if you're here in the center, you can go and find them out on the information table that's right outside the door here. But if you are at home looking at us, or whether it's today or in the future, you can also look at the bottom of the giving page on our website at www.trianglecsl.org, and you will find the form there. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to Eileen at Spirit Speaks Boutique. Spirit Speak. Thank you very much, Reverend Dusty. I appreciate that. So Spirit Speak Boutique, so only one S, for, the S for spirit, the S for speak, and then boutique, all written as one word, at gmail.com, 919-526-0206. And, I prefer to just call because I enjoy talking. Okay. So, number 3, our third announcement. Please save the date for our follow-up community town hall meeting, and this is so important, which will be held following service on Sunday, April 14th from 12 to 2 p.m. So that is next Sunday, okay? Next Sunday. Please be here. During the meeting, we will share updates from our special focus groups, talk about our finances, discuss the Sunday experience, and answer any questions you may have. So please plan to attend. We would love your consciousness, your listening, and your voice in the room. And trust me, it is important to have your voice heard. And here at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, they actually really do listen to you. They actually hear your voice. So when you say something and you ask for something, they actually make things happen and consider it and bring it into being for you. So I love that here. I know that my voice matters. Okay. Announcement number 4. Now remember how I told you I used to be an introvert? And then I discovered that I'm not an introvert. Well, it happened at this place that I'm getting ready to tell you about for announcement number 4. It was last year during the annual meditation retreat. I had a few people talk to me. I introduced myself as being an introvert, but I came to realize that I'm truly not. I'm not at all. I know it's hard to believe because you're like, oh, that personality. How could you possibly be? But introverts have personalities too. I just want you to know that. But I enjoy being the extrovert that I am. So back to the announcement, because I diverged from it. So the annual meditation, I was getting ready to say medical, meditation retreat held at St. Francis Springs Prayer and Meditation Center is from 5 p.m. on Friday, May 31st. So that's next month, everyone. Oh, wow, it's already here. Through 3 p.m. on Sunday, June 2nd. It is an amazing opportunity to spend an extended amount of time in spiritual practice, to do it in a beautiful environment, and it is absolutely gorgeous, with the fellowship of your community. Registration for the retreat is now available. It's a $50 deposit to hold your space. The all-inclusive cost of this amazing weekend is just $325. That's it for a double room, or $425 for a single room. So it's absolutely reasonably priced. Please consider joining us. You will be very happy that you did, and that is absolutely true. Okay, our 5th announcement, and I believe it's the last one, but it's a pretty long one, and I want you to please pay attention because this is super important. All of the other ones were also important, but this one is very special to my heart because, you'll understand when you hear what I gotta say. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to read this. Let me try to calm myself. Okay, okay, so there's a new workshop getting ready to happen. Okay, all right, I'm just so excited. Okay, it's called The Spiritual Journaling Through the Seasons, okay? Historically, spiritual reflection through journaling joined prayer and meditation as the top 3 daily practices of spiritual seekers, but today, many people struggle to journal regularly. And it's so important. Some judge their writing abilities or feel they aren't creative enough. Others freeze at the sight of a blank page or find their journaling to be stale or repetitive. And who has time in their busy, busy lives to record their thoughts every day? But in case you do not, this is why we really need this, right? In this series of 4 standalone workshops, see, I'm so excited because I know I got all of this to read, but I just want to say it's going to be one of our practitioners, okay, Miss Carol Cross. I don't know if you know her, but she's amazing. So that's why I'm so excited about all of this, okay? I'm trying to control myself, but she's just absolutely wonderful. So anyway, let me get back. You will learn why spiritual journaling with her is such a wonderful tool for connecting our daily human experience with the higher knowledge of our eternal and divinely connected selves while designing a journaling practice that fits you and your lifestyle. And she really is just that good to help you see that if you're open and just willing to allow her to work with you. The series begins on Sunday, April 28th, so it's a few weeks away. It is called Blossom Within. It's a spring spiritual journaling workshop. Needless to say, I'm going to be there, and so I hope to see you there too. This workshop will include inspiring insights, creative exploration, mindful artistry, hands-on creations, and digital resources. So you're getting a lot, okay? A lot. This is beautiful. And Carol, she does not ever fail to deliver. She always delivers above and beyond. The workshop will be held here at 4 Points. Oh, that's great. So we get to do it in person. Okay, by Sheraton on Sunday, April 28th, following service from 12 until 3. Each individual workshop costs $30, or if you really want to commit to your spiritual journaling, you can sign up for the entire journaling through the season series for only $99. So you're saving money, okay? Who wouldn't want to do this? We really need to save the money so you can use it for your trip to the meditation retreat next month. Okay, all right, just saying. Not trying to convince you otherwise, I'm just saying it's worth it. So the future workshop dates will be, write this down please, because you may not be able to remember it because I've given you a lot of information. So we have the first one on the 28th of April, then we have the next one on June 9th, then the third one is on September 8th, and then the final one in the season of winter is December 8th, okay, as we're coming through. All right. Each one is capable of standing on its own. However, you probably want to do all 4. I'm not, of course, forcing you. The workshop will be facilitated by the one and only licensed practitioner, Miss Carol Cross. Carol, will you please raise your hand for those who are in the room so they can see you? Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. And when you look at the video, you'll see her eventually. At previous videos, you'll see her because she is one of our practitioners. Please reserve your spot today by emailing info@trianglecsl.com and embark. Oh, .org, not .com? Oh, okay. My apologies again. Let me tell you. See, look at how much training I've had, how good I am. I am so open to, I love when people help me. So info@trianglecsl.org. Okay? Make sure, because I want you all to please reserve your spot by emailing for this position, for this program that Ms. Carol is doing, and embark on the journey of growth, reflection, and self-discovery. Thank you so much for the announcements today, for letting me do this, and for you listening and paying attention to all of the things that I say. I appreciate you.
Hi. Thank you, Amy. I'm so glad you came out of your shell. We have so many amazing things coming up at the center. I hope you take advantage of them. The theme for the year of 2024 is a grand rising. Our theme for the month of April is Giant Gentleness. Reverend Dusty's message today is entitled, Your Gentleness is Showing. I'm now going to read this community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebrations, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. Now, as we move into the sacred portion of our service, I invite you to get comfortable in your seat, turn within, open your heart and mind, closing your outer eyes if you're comfortable. We'll take this moment to prepare ourselves for service. And now I invite you to begin to bring yourself back into your bodies, back into your rooms. And now is the time for our Blessing of All People ceremony. Please help me in welcoming Sandy Ross, who has so graciously agreed to volunteer this morning. Whether this is your first time with us or your 1,000th time or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you're in the room physically or participating via technology or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your soul is full of joy and possibility or your heart is heavy and your mind is consumed with troubles or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you're brand new to the science of mind philosophy or you have practiced it for a long time or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your skin, eye, and hair color are a rich, dark shade, or you are the palest tint of color or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you're straight, cisgender man or woman, or you identify with the LGBTQ plus community or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your politics tend towards the red side or towards the blue side or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you were born and raised in this country or came here from a different land or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you're married or single or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you're in the first third of your life, the third third of your life, or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you feel your connection with God is the driving force in your life, or you aren't sure that you even believe in God, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you feel each and every color is beautiful, unique, and significant. They all combine together into an amazing whole. Thank you all for contributing your special vibration to today's service and to life itself. Thank you, Sandy. And so it is. A beautiful rainbow. Now, please, I invite you to turn within, closing your outer eyes if you're comfortable as I speak a word of blessing on today's service. So grateful in this moment, recognizing the beauty that is the rainbow, knowing that it is God, it is power, it is love, it is joy. It is the source of all that is. I know that I am one with it, with that beautiful rainbow, that I am imbued with all of the qualities of spirit. I know that is the truth of me, as I know that is the truth of each sentient being on this planet, each person within the sound of my voice, each sentient being. I'm so grateful to know the truth of who we are. So grateful for this amazing community that blesses us. I'm grateful for Reverend Dusty for her leadership and for her love of our community. Blessing her as she comes forward today with her message, knowing that as we listen with open ears and an open heart, that there will be something within that message that we need to hear today. Blessing Sandy Hemingway with his amazing gift to our community of beautiful music, beautiful song. Blessing Ava and Martin holding down the AV booth, allowing us to be seen and heard online and here in the room. So grateful for Amy for her gift to our community to come in and volunteer in setting up the room. Grateful for each person here present, each person online, each person that may watch this in the future, every person that supports our center in some way or the other, each beautiful soul that makes this community what it is. For all these blessings and so much more, I'm grateful. I ask you to anchor this with me by saying, and so it is. Thank you. The reading for today is by C. Joybell C. Love her name. She says, "It's the hard things that break. Soft things don't break. It was an epiphany I had today, and I just wonder why it took me so very, very long to see it. You can waste so many years of your life trying to become something hard in order not to break. But it's the soft things that can't break. The hard things are the ones that shatter into a million pieces." Now please help me in welcoming back to the stage amazing Sandy Hemingway.
Everyone. This is a song by one of my many Posse Music colleagues, Susie Holcher. It's called Allowing. It's all about allowing peace within, an absolute surrender, so serenity begins. For when the storms subsided, and calm becomes the way. It's all about allowing it to stay. It's all about allowing love to flow, setting down your burden and just simply letting go. For as you cease the struggle and love pours through your heart, it's all about allowing it to start. Now feel it warm and shining, new with promise, strong undying love, different from any you have known. And now the seed is sown. It's all about allowing change to show, living in the moment like it's all you've ever known. And though it won't be easy, you can truly say you tried. For it's all about allowing it inside. And now the seed is sown. It's all about allowing love to flow, setting down your burden and just simply letting go. For as you cease the struggle and love pours through your heart, it was all about allowing. All about allowing it to start. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandy. That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for those announcements this morning. So, I was thinking about this, and I don't remember in all of the years that I've been standing in front of this amazing community, whether it's been as a practitioner or a staff minister, assistant minister, associate minister, or now as the senior minister, that I've ever talked specifically about gentleness. I just don't think that I ever have specifically. And not only are we talking about gentleness today, but this entire month we are talking about gentleness and talking about how the idea that it's really a very powerful thing. A very powerful thing in our lives, that it's something that allows all of the moments of our lives to really be sacred and holy. No matter if we would call them amazing moments or we would call them challenging moments, they can all feel really sacred and holy through this idea of gentleness. It literally allows all of the joy and peace and love and the pain, sorrow, fear, and doubt to be for our good. This idea of giant gentleness opens us up to see things differently. Beginning this week, we're beginning with ourselves, okay? So we dive deeply into how we can expand our awareness of gentleness and allow all of the moments of our lives to really show up and be for our highest and best. You're all thinking like, what the heck? I don't know about this. So just stay in the room. Keep your hearts open. So let's begin at the beginning. So what are we talking about when we talk about this idea of gentleness, right? A gentle person is someone who is nice, agreeable, and really not really about harshness, right? Can all agree with that, right? A kind individual that doesn't make sudden movements or statements. They're amiable, respectful, and comfortable to be around, yes. In general, a gentle individual emits a calm assurance. And this calm self-assurance comes from a very quiet and peaceful mind. Being gentle entails being humble, quick to forgive ourselves and others, having a soft, supportive disposition, and being other-oriented. Gentle people often appear to have a high degree of openness, receptivity, humility, forgiveness, kindness, and social intelligence. They have a great love for others, and they stand by the people in their life with compassion and with empathy. In general, relationships really flourish in the presence of gentleness. Can we all agree with that? Rumi says, our greatest strength lies in gentleness and tenderness of our hearts. Gentleness, however, is not weakness. It is not meekness, nor is it a timid lack of agency. It is a moderation of emotions, but not a devoid of them, not an absence of emotions. Gentleness is the virtue that really tempers our anger or our wrath or our desire for revenge when we suffer or when we witness some kind of injustice. It tempers it. Gentleness, however, is distinct from self-control. So in self-control, it's more like we're checking those emotions. Our anger, probably more specifically, is held in check by a bit or a bridle, like if you muzzle a dog, right? With gentleness, our anger is actually moderated by wisdom. By wisdom. The person that's really cool with everything, who's never disagreeable, who's always very complimentary and never criticizes, is not necessarily gentle. They're not necessarily gentle. Gentleness is more than self-restrained. Gentleness is self-mastery. Gentleness is self-mastery. Gentleness is seen in the handling of adversity with a calm assurance and even-handedness. It's seen and witnessed in the reverence that some people have for all forms of life. It's seen when you watch someone get down on their knees to talk with a child at eye level. Or it's felt in the lightness of a feather in our hands. Gentleness is the steady, comfortable smile that someone gives as they operate under intense pressure at their job. Probably know a few people like that. Or in the way that they hold the suffering of another as they listen to that person's pain. Or the letting go, as Sandy sang about, the letting go of the baggage of a problem so that your next interaction can be nice, right? Gentleness truly enjoys attending to the other without a care for their own plan of action or their own needs. It operates with an unwavering, steady hand that knows its path forward, or presents in the inner silence that we have during any time that we experience wonder and awe. In her book, A Year of Biblical Womanhood, Rachel Held Evans says, gentleness begins with strength, quietness with security. A great tree is both moved and unmoved, for it changes with the seasons, but its roots keep it anchored in the ground. Mastering a gentle and quiet spirit didn't mean changing my personality, just regaining control of it, growing strong enough to hold back and secure enough to soften. It's beautiful. Part of being in the human form, I think we could all agree, is that we experience from time to time some fear, some anxiety, and some doubt. Many of us have been in these bodysuits for a really long time, right? Like, we've had decades of other people's voices and opinions and judgments in our heads. And sometimes, some of us have even made those voices our voices. But even worse than that, however, is the things that we say to ourselves. The things that we say to ourselves about ourselves. We would not, the things that we say to ourselves, we would not ever let anyone say about us. But we don't always give ourselves the grace that we afford others in our lives. Gentleness is not just letting ourselves off the hook, nor is it giving ourselves a free pass, but it's somewhere, there is somewhere within us that knows that we deserve better. It takes courage to be gentle. However, it reminds us that we are so much more than we give ourselves credit for. Pema Chodron says, there's nothing more important on our spiritual path than developing gentleness to oneself. At its core, gentleness takes awareness, compassion, and gratitude for who we are and for where we are. So if these are the cornerstones, right, for stepping powerfully into gentleness this month, and beginning today for ourselves, then I think it would behoove us to deepen our conversation around the three of them. So once again, I have 3 ideas for us today. Now the first idea is about being who you are. Life happens. There's one universal energy, one universal life, one universal God, and by whatever we call it, it is everything that there is, seen and unseen. I think we've established that. If you've been coming here for any length of time, that's been established. All sentient beings, so okay, hear this now. All sentient beings are an individualized expression of this one universal life, this one universal energy, this one universal God. So think about this. Each of us, with no exceptions, is that individual expression. As such, we are whole, perfect, and complete, exactly as we are. We're created in the image and likeness of God. We are already whole, perfect, and complete. And there are some moments of our life that just suck.
Thank you for saying that.
Both of those statements are true. Both of those statements are true. The good news is that we're not just sacred and holy some of the time, or when it feels good. We are sacred and holy all of the time. All of the time. Because there is no place where God is not, each and every moment is sacred and holy. Breathe that in a minute. Part of the human condition is forgetting this essential truth. Remembering it is our practice. Active faith and dedication to these practices and principles bring into form the life that we were created to have, the life that we want to live. What becomes extremely important as we navigate this adventure called life is our perspective, our viewpoint, our context for living. Our perspective is everything. It's really everything. The simple shift of perspective from one of suffering to one of this life will work out for me opens us up ever so slightly to breathe just a little bit deeper. The simple shift from living from a context that says the glass is half empty to one that says the glass is half full is a signal to the universe that we are open and receptive to our good. The shift from a narrow viewpoint to a higher viewpoint, a more expansive viewpoint, allows us to see the bigger picture, which really opens us up to all of the wonderful, unlimited possibilities that are available to us each and every moment. Remembering just for a moment that we are divinity in form. That we are divinity in form gives us a distance from the discomfort, right, that really allows for answers, for solutions, for opportunities to show up. It allows us to recognize patterns and habits that are no longer working for us and assist us to be able to release those, to let go of them so they're no longer working underneath in our subconsciousness or our unconsciousness, right? The second idea is turn compassion around. So we had being who you are, life happens. Turn compassion around is the second one. And if we were to think about it, we hear a lot about compassion for others, but we don't often hear a lot about compassion for ourselves. However, Jack Kornfield says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Right? I remember in the bottom line, there's only one of us here. So if your compassion doesn't include yourself, it's incomplete. On a personal, individual level, right? Every human journey has its stories of tragedies and loss, disappointment and fear. We all experience moments of frailty and pain in our lives. We all have stories of emotional and psychological turmoil. Colleagues may frustrate us, lovers betray us, children leave us, friends irritate us, and companies release us. Life cannot always be controlled or predicted. And if we're honest with ourselves, many of us have probably done some questionable things ourselves in the past. Perhaps we did the betraying or the leaving or the irritating. Now, remembering that we're starting this week with ourselves. So right now, today, we're talking about compassion for ourselves, right? So if we initiated the challenging moment through our own actions, or if we responded to somebody else's actions in a way that we are not particularly proud of, it happens. We may feel some shame and some guilt along with the pain, fear, resentment, judgment, and desire for self-protection that are brought to the surface in the situation to begin with, right? In these moments, we face a choice. We can lock down our hearts. We can close our minds. We can allow our bodies to contract, and we can deepen our sense of separation. It's a choice. We can do that. Or we can choose to be gentle with ourselves. The bottom line is that in order to live fully from this point forward, the invitation is to practice self-compassion and forgiveness for ourselves. Strongly suggested invitation. If we say that God is everywhere at all times, in its fullness and in its wholeness, do we really mean it? When we say that everything is sacred and holy, do we really mean it? If we say yes, then it means that laying on the couch and binge watching Hallmark movies, eating a bag of chips is sacred. It's a sacred event. I'll attest to that. It means being moody and short-tempered with somebody we love is holy. It means that all of the experiences we are quick to judge as horrible and terrible are in all probability for our highest and best. But we need to take a look at them. We need to do the inner work. We need to discover what the lesson is. And in order to do that, we have to be gentle with ourselves first and foremost. It doesn't mean that we don't learn from the experiences and choose differently in the future. But by being self-compassionate, we create an openness for different ways of doing things. We recognize that other options are available. It assists us to forgive ourselves when we perhaps don't choose those other ways either. Self-compassion is a choice. Gentleness, kindness, forgiveness, and understanding all live as possibilities within us. We arrived on the planet with them. They all exist as possibilities within us, and we all have the capacity to choose them in any given moment. It might not always feel like it, but practice, 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 practice. My third idea is show yourself some gratitude. There are so many times when I'm working with a patient at Duke, in my other profession, that the patients are really frustrated with where they are and how they're doing on any particular day. You know, they want to be better, and so they hold themselves out here. They hold this vision of who they used to be, you know, back when they were 20. They're 80 now, but, you know, no matter. They hold this idea of who they want to be out there. And then they'll say things to me like, while we're walking, I can't wait till I can walk again. It's because they're using a walker, and it doesn't look like it used to, right? So they have this idea of who they want to be, and they get very frustrated when they're not where they want to be. And so I take the time to have them really understand the importance of being grateful, for where they are in that moment, to really notice how far they've come, to look at where they are today and not look way out there in the future of where they want to be. And don't compare themselves with that, but just look back. Where were you? What were you doing a day ago? What were you doing 2 days ago? What were you doing a week ago? And to be grateful for where we are right now, because as we know, gratitude is generative. It brings more into our lives to be grateful about. So we should celebrate our accomplishments rather than looking at what is left undone, what is left still to do, or how far we have to go in our minds, right? That mind that always says really bad things about ourselves. That mind. For a person who has spiritual or religious beliefs, gratitude sets up a relationship with the divine, right? So God is this mighty stream of substance of which we are all tributaries. We're all expressions of that stream. And when we're aware of that relationship and we are deeply grounded in our connection, there is absolutely nothing that can impede that flow. It just flows through us. There's nothing that can impede it. And the more conscious we become of the presence of Spirit, the more it will manifest through and as each of us individually and collectively. It's God's nature to give. It's God's nature to give, and the gifts are endless. Amen. Beginning with the gift of life itself. So gratitude is glad acknowledgement of God's generosity. Glad acknowledgement of God's generosity. Neil Donald Walsh says, when gratitude replaces judgment, peace spreads throughout your body, gentleness embraces your soul, and wisdom fills the mind. Within the spiritual practice of gratitude, we can choose to be grateful, even though our perceptions might be telling us that there's absolutely nothing to be grateful about. We can make a conscious choice to see blessings in the presence of lack or to see possibility in the presence of challenges. We can choose to view our world, our lives, our experiences from a higher viewpoint, from an expanded consciousness. We really might have to work at it a little bit in the beginning, but if we do, if we constantly and consistently choose gratitude, then that gratitude will change our lives. Absolutely change our lives. So the invitation is for each of us to look at the circumstances of our lives not as a punishment being doled out by a judgmental God outside of ourselves, but as an opportunity to be more aware, more grounded in the truth of who we are, the truth of compassion, the truth of gratitude, to be less attached and to be more available to the good that is flowing through us and all around us. The bottom line is that the attitude that we have about any experience is a choice. Two people can go through the exact same experience and have two very different attitudes about it. And we have a choice in that.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Get Smart left the room. You have to talk to somebody else. I'm not talking to you. Anyway.
Okay.
Rather than surrendering to the emotions of negativity and despair, we can choose to courageously accept the challenges as opportunities. That was an opportunity for us all to laugh. You know, you have these evenings where the watches just update themselves. Then they update themselves to something that's never happened before in my entire time of wearing this. So anyway, God was speaking. Pam Grout says, I would like to suggest that there is nothing more important than you could ever do for yourself than to tune into the frequency of gratitude and joy. The bottom line is that life is so full and so rich in and of itself. We cut ourselves off from experiencing even the smallest bit of goodness when we continually stand in judgment of ourselves and our lives. There's so much more to life than we have actually even welcomed into our experience. We've barely touched the surface of it. The invitation is to be gentle with ourselves, to think better of ourselves, Let ideas of possibility, generosity, and kindness be at the forefront of our thoughts, be where we place our attention and our intention each and every day. The invitation to know is that life is always working out, just like the Hallmark movies, and to be willing to let our perspective change. Let our perspective change. This is our giant gentleness. This is our giant gentleness, and this is our grand rising. Yes. And so it is. So I invite everyone to turn within as I speak a word of prayer about and for each of us today, truly recognizing that presence of the divine that is within us and surrounding us, that is present in each and every single moment, in each and everything seen and unseen. That is that which supports us, guides us, guards us, and loves us. I know that I am one with this present, that it is that which created me in a moment of unconditional love. That I was created in its image and likeness, and that I am never alone. And just as I know that this is my truth, I know that it is the truth of each and every person here today at 4 Points, everyone that is listening to us online, everyone that will watch this later, all sentient beings on the planet. We are all one with this presence. We are its ambassadors on the planet. We arrived with all of its goodness, all of its qualities within us. And our mission is to be that vessel for those beautiful qualities, to extend them to everyone we meet. And it's from that place of unity, that deep purpose, that deep connection, that I speak these words about and for us today, truly knowing that there is that within us that knows and feels and can express that kind of gentleness, that can take a moment to breathe, to remember who we are, and to breathe an extra moment before responding, before acting. To know and remember who we are, and to bring forward that which we came here to bring forward. And not in a meek or weak way, but in a really strong and powerful way. That gentleness, that little flowing river that cuts around mountainsides, that willow tree that just bends in the strong wind but doesn't break. There's power, there's strength, there's courage in that gentleness. And I affirm for each one of us that that lives within us, and there is that within us that knows how to bring that forward. And I claim ease and grace for us around listening to that, listening for that inner wisdom, listening for that presence of the divine within us to show the way, and to know that we can choose compassion, to know that we can choose gratitude, and that they too will prepare this way for us to truly be gentle, especially around how we treat ourselves, how we talk about ourselves. Because the more compassionate we are to ourselves, the more grateful we are about our lives, the more we remember who we are, the more we project that out into the world, touching people in really powerful and wonderful and magnificent ways. And through that, we co-create a world that works for all. And I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. that my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and I release them with love and gratitude and full expectation of their manifestation. Letting go and letting God be God, I invite everyone to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all so very much. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer financial support for this community to assist it to continue to be a beacon of light and warmth and love in the Greater Triangle area. Together we affirm the truth that this offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and contributes to the experience of sufficiency in the world. There are several ways that you can give. They're here on the screen and on your screens at home. Visit our website at www.triangle.csl.org. Text the word GIVE using the following number, 919-629-9148. Or you can mail your gift to our office at PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina, 27519. Place your hands on your hearts with your gift or with an affirmation for yourself or the community, and we'll say our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source. And so it is. Thank you all so very much for your generosity. As the baskets are being passed, let's please welcome the amazing, the magnificent Sandy Hemingway.
Thank you. This is a song by a friend of mine that I got to see in concert just this weekend, and his name is Daniel Namath, and this is Empty Hands. When my hands were emptied, when my hope was gone, I couldn't help but wonder, what had I done wrong? Though my heart was broken, there was no need to despair, 'cause the vessel must be open to put something better there. Into my empty hands, gently you pour new life for me. Yours is a perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be. I understand you needed my empty hands. So forgive me when I doubt it. I admit sometimes I do. Or consider giving up, 'cause I cannot see the truth. I know I'll never go without it. Your deep and abiding love. Into my empty hands, gently you pour and the downs were meant to be, and I cannot help but cry to think of the gifts you've given me. Now I understand you needed my empty hands. Thank you for my empty hands. Thank you.
Ooh, thank you, Sandy. A beautiful rendition of a gorgeous Daniel Namod song. Ooh. If you would like prayer, please go to our website, and there is a menu on the top of the home page, and the last selection on that is more, and that will take you to giving opportunities and prayer requests. And we will get your prayer request and send it out to the ministers and practitioners and know that prayer for you. If you would like to bless us with beautiful flowers for the pulpit on a Sunday, whether you attach that to a flower dedication or not, please send us an email at info@trianglecsl.org or to Dusty Rippelmeyer at yahoo.com, and we would appreciate that. Now, in the comfort of your own home and here at 4 Points, it is time for our April affirmations. This is a call and response, and please repeat it with meaning. As of today, I affirm that I am building a culture of giant gentleness.
As of today, I affirm that I am building a culture of giant gentleness.
A culture where I am comfortable in my own skin.
A culture where I am comfortable in my own skin.
A culture where I am allowed to mess up without it being the end of the world.
A culture where I am allowed to mess up without it being the end of the world.
A culture where I love myself more often than not.
A culture where I love myself more often than not.
Here in this world, I get to be who I authentically am.
Here in this world, I get to be who I authentically am.
I am called to share and shine this gentleness into every relationship and every arena I am in.
I am called to share and shine this gentleness into every relationship and every arena I am in.
As I do so, I take awareness, compassion, gratitude, and love to new levels and greater heights.
As I do so, I take awareness, compassion, gratitude, and love to new levels and greater heights.
And all is well. And so it is. Thank you. You may be seated. Please turn within once again, closing your outer eyes if you're comfortable as I speak a word of gratitude for today's service. So grateful in this moment for what has transpired today. I'm grateful to feel that palpable connection to spirit through the beautiful faces here at 4 Points, through Reverend Dusty's message, through Sandy's beautiful music, through the energy and vibration that is present here in this room, and through all of those that are watching us and knowing those that will watch in the future. So grateful for each beautiful person. Grateful for today's message, for Dusty's delivering us this idea of being gentle. What a powerful and beautiful tool in our lives to be gentle with ourselves and gentle with each other as we go about this human life, knowing that we are spiritual beings and sometimes we still get it wrong. we are learning, and being gentle is just the best thing to calm those emotions, to help us get through each day. So grateful for this community, for the amazing offerings that we have to connect and to grow. Grateful for each class, for each workshop, for each social event. Grateful for the greater CSL, for each community out there, for each teaching chapter, for each practitioner, for each community member, for each minister, for every person that is on this path in New Thought and in every other religion. All of us, spiritual beings, having a human experience, learning and growing and loving. Grateful for it all because it's all God. So as we go about this week, taking those opportunities to practice gentleness and practice great gratitude. And so it is.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Martin and Ava. And Sandy, absolutely beautiful songs chosen today. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all in the room. Thank you all at home. Have an absolutely wonderful week. Join us at Jason's Deli. You still have time to get there, everybody out there. Jason's Deli in Crossroads in Cary. I love you all.